Noorud-deen is a relatively recent book on the Seerah of the Mubarak Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is one of the most beneficial subjects, most important subjects, and inshallah one of the most uplifting, spiritual, and illuminating subjects in the Islamic curriculum. In Seerah, we speak about our Mubarak Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his blessed birth, his upbringing, his revelation, his da'wah, and everything related to the blessed life and mission of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is something that every Muslim should have a keen interest in because of our deep love for our Mubarak Prophet Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We should want to know everything we possibly can, and certainly should want to know about his life and his mission, his da'wah, his spreading of Islam, and how he done it. And when you study the seerah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so many different issues come up, be they legal issues. How did the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam deal with this legal issue? What he taught about it. Be they issues related to creed or aqeedah. What did the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam teach regarding this? Be it issues related to spirituality. What was the practice of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in terms of ibadah, worship, and what did the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam say to the Sahaba with regards to worship? Be it akhlaq, character. The character of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam will inevitably come up when you study the seerah of the Mubarak Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The book Noorud-deen forms part of the curriculum for many madrasas, especially in the Arab world. I believe the reason for that is it's a relatively straightforward and simple book, especially when you compare it to some of the earlier classical bigger works like Imam Ibn Kathir's presentation of the Seerah in Al-Bidayah wa Nihaya, which is much more traditional, much more in-depth, and where Imam Ibn Kathir will mention the same incident in the life of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam over and over and over again, because he's providing it from various sources. Whereas this particular work, Noorud-deen, he would just narrate the seerah as a story. So often in these curriculums in the Arab world where they have Noorud-deen as part of it, it's one of the early works of seerah, one of the works of seerah they study early on in the madrasa program due to its simplicity and you may even say clarity. That's why we've chosen Noorud-deen for our one-year Islamic Studies diploma, because it is straightforward and easy. It's a very enjoyable read, and our diploma course is for those people who are relatively proficient in the Arabic language, but they need to work to develop their comprehension. We do plan to read through the entire book, so inshallah we hope that will significantly strengthen our students' comprehension abilities. If you are interested in learning more about our diploma course or applying for it, visit the website.